Okay, in this real quick video, we're going to show you how to check your rear wheel compensator sprocket isolator. What is a rear wheel compensator sprocket isolator? Well, inside of your rear wheel hub, you've got a rubber, it almost looks like a pinwheel, that your sprocket slides into. What that does is it helps absorb torque changes from your engine through your drivetrain to your rear wheel. So if you start lugging, for instance, it helps to absorb some of that lugging impact to your rear wheel. Even shifting or high torque, like if you get on the gas real hard, it'll help absorb some of the torque going into the rear wheel and give you a smoother ride. However, because that piece is rubber, and the harder you ride your bike, or let's say you lug your bike, or you misshift a lot, or really it's just how you ride your bike, you can actually chip or compress the rubber isolator inside of the rear wheel hub, and it'll cause too much play in the sprocket, which means that you won't have as smooth of a ride in the rear end of your drivetrain. So this is a serviceable part. It's a part that you need to take into consideration when you're doing maintenance on your bike, and it's something that you should check with somewhat semi-regularity. At least, like if you're going to do your own tires, remove your own tire, you need to check it when you have your rear tire off. Over oil changes, it only takes a couple minutes to do so, and just get the bike up and check it while you're doing an oil change. Now, to do this, you will have to have a jack stand. You can do it on a jiffy stand. It's just hard to get under there because the bike leans in that direction, so it's hard to get under there. So I've got mine on a bike stand, and then you'll have to remove your saddlebag. Now, you won't need any special tools for this. Literally, all you'll need is a piece of string with a weight tied to it. You can use a fishing weight. I fabricated a little metal loop because you've got to hang it off of your axle, and you're going to need a ruler that has millimeter measurements, some painter's tape or masking tape, and a pencil or a Sharpie marker. Okay, once you get the bike on a stand, you're going to lift it up just enough to keep the rear wheel on the ground, because when you do this, you're going to end up grabbing the rear sprocket and you're going to be turning it, but you don't want the rear wheel to turn. So you want the bike on the rear tire on the ground, and then you're going to put the bike in neutral. So if you obviously turn your ignition on, you come up here, you can see it's in neutral, so you know that you're ready to go. Okay, at this point, you're going to need your little string with a weight. And what we're going to do is, I've got a little metal piece, is we're going to hang this off of the axle right up next to the sprocket. Just like that. That way, we have our string hanging down in front of the sprocket. Okay, once your string's in place, go ahead and put your masking tape or painter's tape on there. It's going to be used to put your mark point. Once you get ready to mark this, you're going to grab your sprocket, you're going to turn it either clockwise or counterclockwise and hold it in that position. Then you're going to come under there and you're going to make a mark just underneath where your string hangs. After that mark's made, you're going to turn the sprocket in the exact opposite direction, kind of jam it in there until it stops, and you're going to make another mark underneath that tape. That is your slack distance, which we can now take a ruler to and measure to see if we're in spec with the service manual. Okay, so then we're going to take our tape off. And I'm just going to put it here on the exhaust so you can see it. And this is where you get your millimeter measurement. And for my bike, according to service manual, I can go up to 10.4 millimeters of slack, or 0.4 inches. So I've got about 4 millimeters is what I'm looking at. If I go on inches here, I can actually go up to almost the half-inch mark, which is here, before you have to be concerned about your isolator. So I'm well within specifications. Okay, so if you're outside of the specifications listed in your service manual for your bike, then you're going to have that isolator replaced. Okay, if you find that you're outside the tolerance listed in your service manual for your bike, in order to replace that isolator, you will have to remove the rear wheel of your bike. So it's a decision you're going to have to make as to whether to take it into a dealership to have that done or do it yourself. So I hope this helps with another maintenance task and to keep your bike on the road. Also be sure and hit the subscribe button for my YouTube channel and visit my website at rideitwrenchit.com.